a big name that came out with a set of numbers, which is Shree Cement. The numbers look rather good. The stock has come off actually a little bit post the gap up opening. To understand more about the past quarter and how's the year going to shape up going ahead, we are joined by Mr. M Bangur. Hi, Mr. Bangur. Good morning. First of all, congratulations on a very, very good set. Let's focus on the top line. One part of the street cannot understand how come your realizations were down only around 2.5–3%. But there could be an element of power sales. So could you help us out with some more details? One is, how much were the power sales in the past quarter, and on a year-on-year basis, was it much higher? Also, if you could give us some clarity on incentives. Did you book anything in the last quarter?
Every year in the last quarter, there are many yearly incentives which have to be given. They are always booked in the last quarter. So, but that is for every year, it will be the same. When we compare quarter to year, that is last year, the same quarter, that should be the right comparison, because otherwise it is a seasonal product. Every quarter to quarter, there will be big changes. But when we see from the last quarter, the realizations are down by 3%, because basically the prices in the industry has come down. It is not only for us. The cost has come down. Energy costs have come down after the last year's top hike, and that is all. So there is nothing special that the prices have been dropped. In fact, our prices on an average is little bit better because of the small branding exercise which we have started in the February. The results will come in this year.
Okay. All right. Could you give us some more details, sir? If you have to quantify the premium sales as a percentage of your mix, what was it for the past year? And you mentioned in the past that you want to see premium sales move up to the mid-teens, I think so. How much was it, and where is it headed?
It has not increased at all. We have rebranded. There were two premium products. We have rebranded it to Magna. We have advertised about it. As it is a new product, the prices have also gone up a little. The quality is good. It is well respected. But till now, the volumes are the same. That is around 12 to 13% of our trade sale. And very soon, we have started this new brand only in February. So very soon it should catch up. We have to give it 6 months time before it really matures.
Okay, got it. All right, Mr. Bangur, the street basically works with two numbers for cement. One is on volume growth. I recall that you were saying that low teen growth is what you're looking at for FY24, and you have managed that. Now for FY25, what kind of a volume growth are you looking at? And your EBITDA per ton is holding above 1,350 rupees. What is the range you'll look at? Because you'll have operating leverage, pricing is weak, but input costs are down as well. So these two numbers, volume growth and EBITDA per ton guidance. Please go ahead, sir.
Right. So volume growth, first I will say, it will be again between 8 to 10%. That is what is expected. Expecting that India's GDP will grow at 7% or more. So our volumes will be highly dependent on the macroeconomic situation. That is how the India grows. So if India is expected to grow at 7%, we are expected to grow at 9 to 10%. It was a little conservative. The second thing is regarding EBITDA. EBITDA in a commodity is decided by the input cost, output cost, or any of which we don't have any control. So I will not venture to give any EBITDA guideline.
Okay. Mr. Bangur, good morning. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. So you're saying that you won't be able to give an EBITDA number, but is it fair to assume that your EBITDA per ton will be around this 1,400 rupees, 1,500 rupees, or is it, will it slip well below that? Just trying to get a ballpark estimate.
Ballpark estimate also will not be there, but what I can say is our efficiency levels will increase. So our per ton, when you say about costing, I can say that commercial cost, I don't know, but per ton our energy cost, energy consumption will come down. Our energy, which is 56% at present, is renewable energy, we would like to increase it to 60%. So these parameters we are following. The cost, we just don't know.
Okay, okay, fair enough. So the cost is something that you can't, you cannot analyze at the moment, right? So this volume growth that you spoke about between 8 and 10% in FY25, is that something that is sustainable despite the kind of pressure that you're getting in terms of demand? I'm asking because, you know, the heat, the scorching heat this time, the elections, etc., has impacted demand quite a bit. Despite all of that, you can still eke out a 8 to 10% volume growth. Is that fair to assume?
Yes, I am saying that with high confidence because demand is only deferred. Every year, the summer comes, the same seasons happen. We are little pessimistic in the beginning of May, June, that demand will come down, but suddenly it picks up. If India is growing, then the cement and infrastructure needs will be very high. So we are confident about the demand growth.
Right, Mr. Bangur, hi, good morning. Prashant here, thank you for joining us. Always good speaking with you, sir. Just give us a little bit more sense on pricing, sir. I mean, not just for you, but I mean, how the pricing dynamics are going to look like through the rest of this F525, because some have been saying that, if before rains, if there's been no real substantial move on pricing, I mean, that's the peak period for one to be able to do that. And then, of course, rain set in, etc. So we are kind of, it's kind of going to be very subdued in that sense. Would you agree with that this year?
No, that was an old theory. When all the housing were rural housing, self-made housing, that time rains were important. The new techniques were not there. Now, most of the consumption is by the reputed builders, organized sector. There, the rains doesn't matter. It is the working hours of the labor. In scorching heat, working hour when the cement can be consumed has come down. And immediately when the heat comes down, say in July, August, the rains are positive, not having any negative impact. That was the old theory.
Okay. So then what you're saying is, I mean, depending on how the situation shapes up, there is room for price increases through the year. Could you give us a sense what that could look like for the industry in your assessment?
My assessment, in the past, we have always seen the price increase is always a little less, 1 to 2% less than the general inflation. The rest of the money comes by more efficiency. Over 20 years, every year we see price rise is little less than the general inflation, and the margins increase because most of it comes because of better techniques, better technology, and the costing comes down by innovations, I will say.
All right, Mr. Bangur, X of the power sales, I just want to reconfirm your realizations are down by 3% sequentially?
Yes, power sales are, because the energy cost internationally, the coal cost has come down. Power business will depend only on the coal cost. We are a converter of one type of energy.
Mr. Bangur, I'm trying to get the... Right. Mr. Bangur, I'm trying to get the core cement realization change. So that is X of the power sales. We'll keep that aside. It is down around 3%?
Yes, it is down around 2%. And the volumes are up by 8%.
2%. Got it. Just one more question from my end, and we have discussed this in the past as well. Of late, various sections of the media are reporting that Orient Cement is on the block. Now, we are unable to confirm whether or not that's true, but when we have the management, they say that it's unlikely to be the case. But you were an investor in the company, in your personal capacity. Any view on the company at current reckoning, and if you have to do some inorganic growth, would this be a potential acquisition candidate?
No. My personal investment has nothing to do with the Shree Cement growth plan. It was very cheap at some point of time. It has given me good return. I am happy about the present management. They are managing it well.
Hey, Mr. Bangur, it's always fun speaking to you to learn about the industry, about your company, and Hope you continue to stay well. Looking forward to speak to you again very soon. Thank you for joining us on the channel.
Thank you.